You've been through your share of crises. An entrepreneur who's just starting out, what advice would you give them to how to manage this? Forget about the health issues, but the financial issues that are around this.
Through every crisis I've been through, I learn a little bit more each time. And looking back, what I've always, if ever asked what could I have done better, it would be because you don't want to. It's not, especially cutting if you're talking about headcount. You know, if you have employees, that's obviously very sensitive. Nobody wants to be out of work, and you care about these people, and you feel like your business is falling apart. But generally speaking, when these things happen, odds are they're a little worse or sharper than you think. So especially if you don't have, a war chest behind you, or you don't have a bunch of money to get you through this, is you got to get a control your costs quickly and your cash flow very, very quickly. You can't be burning, so to speak. So for us now, it's almost like, it's unfortunate, but it's almost like clockwork. It's almost like people that live in hurricane areas. They have a process, right? They start boarding up the windows. They've got they've got all their perishables and non-perishables, and they just know how to button down the hatches quicker. And those are the ones that get through it. And so, unfortunately, the key at this point is to ensure that you've got cash flow. So cash flow is the blood of your business. So, if you've got a lot of money out there, or clients that owe you, now's the time to kind of, before other companies go either into lockdown or just payables aren't paying you, now's the time to get credit cards. Now's the time to get all that money in as you possibly can. And again, in this case, it's a little different, which is, I think, a big benefit. Just hopefully there's access to that capital quickly. There's banks stepping up, government stepping up to give you financial resources to get through it, and your people through it. But now's not the time to be planning big events and loading up on items that you're just not going to need in the short term. You really got to kind of, I use that word, hit the mattresses, but basically the concept there is you're hunkering down.